Hello. Hello, GiftMart volunteers. It's Mark Dwyer with some vocabulary that you'll be interested in as you're helping people that speak Spanish at the GiftMart this year or even in years to come. First of all, this set of vocabulary can be found on Quizlet if you create an account at Quizlet.com and search for my name, Mark_Dwyer, or for that matter, you can just search for the words GiftMart Spanish, and you'll find here a vocabulary set that you can use to study the different vocabulary words and phrases that you would be interested in using at GiftMart. Notice there's 52 terms right now. That could change. I can add and subtract from this, as I have already done, as you guys are asking me for more words to put on here. Not a problem at all. Just shoot me an email and I'll add more words. But here's how to use this particular website. It also can be used as a app on a phone, on a smartphone, or on an iPad or something like that. First thing you want to do is to view the list of words and go through, and anything that looks like it's stuff you would want to be able to use, just click the star button right next to it. That way you're not studying words that are not necessary for you to learn. And most of the phrases, if you know any Spanish, you might know a lot of this stuff already. But then as we get down further here, you'll see that there's a lot of phrases that are a little bit more advanced. I'll give you one warning about advanced phrases. If you don't want people to speak back to you, don't use these long, complicated phrases, because if you say it and you say it correctly, it almost makes it seem like you know what you're talking about. But then if they start speaking back to you in Spanish, you might be a little bit lost and not be able to respond to them. And so if you have a decent grasp of Spanish already, it's good to know these, sort of study these phrases and these words. Otherwise, maybe stick with just some of the more basic ones at the top. So again, there's lots of different options. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to show you how to use this website. So let me just select randomly a few words here.
Mrs. Guestbacher, can you please contact the main office? Mrs. Guestbacher, can you please contact the main office?
You'll excuse me, I'm at school still as I do this. All right, so then what you need to do is go to the study tools up here. There's several tools you can use. There's even some play things. You can have fun trying to memorize the vocabulary word by playing a couple games with them. But I like the flashcards to start. They're really good because you will hear the pronunciation of the words as you click on each word. So let me show you what this looks like.
It's 11 o'clock.
You can hear the pronunciation of the phrases. And right now I'm studying all 52 terms, but if you want to start just a certain subset of these, that'd be great. And you click on that, and you're only going to be studying those words that you've placed a star on, you've favorited. And great little thing to do.
Bienvenidos al GiftMart. Welcome to GiftMart.
Let me warn you that if I put things in quotation, that means I want you to say it in English. This website's going to try to pronounce it in Spanish, but just say GiftMart. Bienvenidos al GiftMart would be fine.
Hola, me llamo Juan. Hello, my name is John.
The voice of this woman in this Quizlet app is very good. She's pronouncing things very correctly, so you could imitate them as you're going through and just practice your pronunciation.
¿Cómo se llama? What's your name?
If you see a word in parentheses, like in this case, usted is optional. You don't have to say usted. That's a formal way of saying sir or ma'am. So you could say como se llama usted or just como se llama. Either one of those is fine.
¿Cuál es su apellido? What is your last name? ¿Cómo se llama su hijo? What is your boy's name?
So if you go through these, you'll see lots of good phrases. Let me see if there's...
It's 11 o'clock.
Let me see if there's anything else that I want to tell you about these phrases. There's a few things that you may or may not remember if you took a Spanish class. But there's some very basic words here. And then you'll notice that I'm, for the most part, using formal when I'm speaking to people. So when you hear commands or see commands or anything like that, you'll see the word usted it means you. So you're asking someone in a formal way. It's someone that you're speaking with respect to, and that's probably the way that you want to speak to people. They may not respond in that same way. They may or may not use an informal tone, and that's okay. But this gives you a really good idea, hopefully, of some phrases that you might want to use when you're speaking to people in at GiftMart. So thank you so much for your volunteering your time, and I will hopefully see you at GiftMart, or if you're watching this video from a different location, good luck with what you're doing. Hope everything goes well.